Hey friends, I am Natasha. I am an intuitive artist, a homeschooling mama, and a creative soul swimming directly upstream and doing my best. Today, I wanted to go over a couple of things that have happened that I've learned over the past year of being a professional artist and diving into homeschool with my 8-year-old. And I wanted to go over some of those challenges that we've faced and kind of how we've gotten through them. And I just have some B-roll of me painting my elephant. I know it's not oriented correctly, but here we are. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. Welcome. Please like and subscribe for more art content just like this. Alright, so let's just get into it. I didn't start homeschooling my daughter until November of last year, and the school year started in September. So my first tip, if that's your plan to homeschool, is to start at the beginning of the school year, if you're able to. The reason why we didn't start until November is because we did not get an official dyslexia diagnosis until November. And once that happened and I saw where she was in her school, and we had her teacher at her traditional school was incredible and monumental in this change for us, because she has a son who's got some delays and has some learning issues that she actually homeschooled for a while. And she was able, in the best way possible, in the most, red tape capable, stupid, just like I don't even know how to describe like how teachers are allowed to talk to humans, like, or to parents these days, but it's so frustrating. So anyways, she was really able to tactfully help me make this decision and make sure it was my decision, but also give me like the tools that I needed and the I don't know, like the things that I needed to look up and things like that. She was great. So anyways, this teacher was incredible. She had 27 kids in her class all by herself, and she had a TA like 2 or 3 days a week. There was 27 kids and this one teacher, and I can't imagine being around 27 8-year-olds all day. For anybody who is a teacher and has these big classrooms, I bow to you. Holy crap, it's amazing. So yeah, my daughter had to be the first person, or the first kid, like the first desk away from the teacher's desk, because she couldn't pay attention so much because of her ADHD. So we thought it was ADHD for a while, but then after we got the dyslexia diagnosis, I was like, oh, okay, so it's this combo of things. And so that's when we learned everything. So in November, I found a work from home program through a local school district, and that's what we did. It was super tough to get started in November. Honestly, it was really, really difficult because we started behind. Like, my daughter was already behind when she started, and because she had the disabilities that she did with her learning, it felt like we jumped into like 5th grade at a 2nd grade level, and it was like chaos and disorganization and just crazy. We ended out the school year okay, and it honestly was really tough, and I would not do it that way again if I were to make the decision again. So that's my first tip. Okay, tip number 2, ditch the 8-hour school day myth. Homeschooling does not need to mimic public school. We usually finish core subjects in like 2 to 3-ish hours. That leaves a ton of space for art, for resting, for real life, and for other subjects that life's inquisities naturally present themselves with. So I actually did a part-time enrollment partway through the year, because I was like, this is so much work that is required of this 8-year-old and of me as a parent who is also running a household. I'm a single parent, so I'm also like having a job, I'm doing my art stuff, I'm like doing everything, and then also I don't have 8 hours a day to spend with my child just doing school stuff. So we actually went down to part-time, which works very well for us, and so she has reading and math through this traditional school program, and then the rest of the topics are she had art, she had social studies, science, and PE. And if you know my kid, she does not need a PE class. She does not need an art class. Those are 2 things that like she absolutely does not need. She travels via cartwheel, and we have a joke in our house or in our family, I should say, that she could build you a 3-bed, 2-bath house with a cereal box and Scotch tape. So we're good. And as far as science goes, she naturally asks so many questions regarding science. And so she has a question, if I don't know the answer to it, we look it up and we find it out together. And so that's really her science. And then for social studies, we talk a lot about like local government and politics and how things work. And like, we watch debates every once in a while. And so I'm teaching her all of that stuff, as well at a pace where she can understand it. Okay, number 3, create a flexible daily rhythm. And I cannot highlight flexible enough. We don't follow a super strict schedule. We do like to have slow mornings, and I do watch a couple friends' kids on a few days a week, and so those days are more structured than others. But we follow a general rhythm. We do school in the late mornings, in like early afternoons, and then the rest of the day we, will go out and we will either, go to a park or we'll go to a local restaurant. She knows a lot about local businesses where we're at too, because we patronize a lot of local businesses and we learn about business owners and what they're doing and, all of this stuff. So we make a lot of time for that, and then we make a lot of time for creative play. And so she will, kids learn by playing. And so she will go off and do something that she loves to do. And any questions, she comes and asks me and I answer. And that's kind of like where I think I'm really comfortable with her being at that, education level and being naturally inquisitive. So it might not be for everybody, and that's totally okay, but it works so well for us. Okay, number 4, use independent learning to your advantage. Like I said, I don't teach every single subject because some things I don't think that kids really need to have that much plugged into their brain at this age. But we use like audiobooks because she has dyslexia. We still want her to read and comprehend stories and things like that. And so I use audiobooks a lot for her. We have the Libby app through our local library. We go to book talks from local authors, like all sorts of stuff that way. We've used Outschool a few times for online programs. So it's summertime right now, and we have a dyslexic specialist tutor that she meets with twice a week through Outschool throughout the summer so that we can keep continuing that growth. And then we do like a billion hands-on projects. We also, if you know me, I'm artsy, obviously, but we also have a wood shop connected to the house, and we have a big garden and all this stuff. So we do a lot of like hands-on learning, and then that gives me as the adult also time to paint, to do these videos, and also to regulate my nervous system, which is like one of the top priorities for me. Number 5, I actually make art part of her curriculum, and I am in the Milan Art Institute Mastery Program. I'm 6 months in. It's wonderful. You can go watch my other video about it if you're interested in learning any more about it, but it has changed my life, and I'm very grateful for it. And she actually like watches some of the classes with me. She wants to do some of the paintings and the activities and stuff, so we do a lot of that. So if you're interested in a certain subject, bring your kid in and teach them about it. I remember my mom and dad doing that with me too, and it made me feel more connected to them. It made me feel safer with them, more secure with them, all this stuff. Even if they're not super interested in it, let them come to you at whatever interest level they're in. Even if they're not interested in what you're doing, let them be in the same room with you and like talk about what they're doing. Maybe they want to read a book while you're painting. Like, bring them into your space. Number 6, embrace the messy days. Some days absolutely nothing goes as planned, which I think you can tell by now we don't have a lot of plans. However, some days are pretty rough, and she's in the first like hormone cycle that kids get around 8, and so she fluctuates a lot with her moods. I have ADHD and I have anxiety, so sometimes for both of us, we just both have a rough day, and on those days we really we understand each other and we understand where our emotions are at. And she will tell me, Mom, I'm overstimulated, I'm overwhelmed, I don't have anything else in me. And I say the same thing to her. On those days, we do nothing that we don't have to do. I will order groceries and have them delivered to my house so that we don't have to go grocery shopping. If we are both at the absolute maximum limit, we just have like a movie day, or we go sit outside and do nothing. Number 7, prioritize what matters most each day. And this kind of goes with what the last tip was. But some days school is really important and like we're on it and she wants to like really dig into it. And some days she's like, I don't really have the energy for that, or she's exhausted and she needs to sleep in. And so we do a little bit here and a little bit there. Some days I'm really into art, and some days I don't want to do absolutely anything, or I really want to get out and we want to go on a hike all day. Just follow the lead and do what matters most to you. Number 8 is building a support system. I'm telling you, I would not be able to live this lifestyle and to be so confident in who I am and what I am doing as a parent if I did not have a great support system. That is made up of teachers, acquaintances, local business owners, friends, family, like so many different places that you can get a support system from. It is incredibly important and it is vital to the way that we survive. This is our village and we need our village. Number 9, let your kids see that you chase your dreams and let them know that it's an option. My daughter watches me paint, she watches me film these videos, and she is watching me build my business step by step. And she sees all of my fails and she sees all of my wins, and she sees that I am following my soul's calling. I want her to do the same thing, and so that's why I'm integrating her into every moment of my life and teaching her that I'm human. And humans make mistakes, humans have wins. This is what it is, and she's allowed to do the same thing. And lastly, please celebrate the wins, every big one, every small one. My daughter graduated this year under grade level for reading. However, she jumped 4 grade levels between December and December and June, and we had an ice cream party for her. So celebrate everything, all those little things, all those big things. You deserve it. Honor every single step. So if you're walking a similar path, balancing motherhood, homeschooling, and being a creative, I see you. It is not easy, but it is so worth it. Drop a comment if this resonated, and don't forget to subscribe for more creative life tips. I look forward to seeing you guys next time.